In the Phoenix Suns' Game 4 loss in Dallas, an alleged dispute occurred in the stands. Thus, you see Hall of Famer to be Chris Paul confronting the fan. The 17-year veteran calls out the fan directly to his face while being restrained by his teammates. The alleged perpetrator is then escorted out by security. Reports have surfaced of what transpired and why Paul was so incredibly ticked. From a third angle, you can see many players on the Phoenix Suns keeping a close eye on the stands. On the broadcast, one reporter noted CP3 mouthing to security, "He put his hands on my mom." Today we are learning more. ESPN's Dave McMenamin broke the story. Several family members of Suns point guard Chris Paul in attendance for Game 4 of the Western Conference semis against the Mavericks on Sunday were harassed and physically contacted by a fan in the crowd, sources told ESPN. Paul's mother, Robin, as well as his wife, Jada, and their 2 children watched the game in seats close behind the Suns bench at American Airlines Center, sources told ESPN. His mother had hands put on her, and his wife was pushed, a source familiar with the situation told the network, and Paul's kids were there to witness it. Paul's wife was also followed up the aisle when she left her seat. As all of this went down, McMenamin also reported that Chris Paul's family, quote, felt unsafe, close quote, during this game. Imagine that was your family for just a second. For those saying Chris Paul is going too hard at somebody. Imagine if you saw somebody hurt your family or attempt to hurt your family. How would you react? That's what I simply ask. How would you react? The Arizona Republic also spoke with a source who backed up Paul's claim that this fan put his hands on Paul's mother during the fourth quarter. The witness said Sun security made arena security aware of the situation. A second witness believes it happened shortly after Paul fouled out. Once made aware of what happened, Paul looked to go into the stands before Suns assistant Mark Bryant and Jarrett Jack kept him back. Paul, the president of the Players Association, tweeted, "Want to fine players for saying stuff to the fans, but the fans can put their hands on our families. F that."
I just told him, I'm like, just sit down and ice your knees, bro. And he turned to me and he's like, that's heat, that's heat. And I'm like, well, you're going to need it.
Young man and his wife in the stands told me to get down on my knees like he used to.
We have seen countless incidents.
Bro, how does it feel to be a
Hey, watch your mouth, woman! Watch your mouth, woman! Hey! If I remember your Facebook, you better hold.
Between notable players and spectators in the stands.
Fans will be fans, and like any sport, they don't see you as people when you walk on that court.
I've gotten the N-word, all of that, Draymond told Anscape in 2017. I'd rather not get into where, a few places, especially being that it's me. Athletes are just not protected in that regard. DeMarcus Cousins even told Yahoo Sports, "Oh, I've been called the N-word." And it's crazy because this has happened to me on a few occasions. I reported it to the league, and, I may have said whatever I said back, and I was still punished for it. Via Draymond once more, cheer for your team. Do what you want. But if I'm playing in the game and you're cheering for your team, it doesn't give you the right to say whatever you want to say to me. This is my job, and I can't go to your job and say whatever I want to you. If I went to someone else's job and said whatever I wanted to say, I'd get arrested for harassment. It's a fine line. I don't think any league does a great job of making sure that athletes are protected. As NBC Sports' Kurt Helen wrote, "Removed from this game is not enough. Go after a player's family and you should be banned from the arena. That unquestionably crosses a line." Some players have complained for years about a lack of civility by a segment of fans, such as the incident between Russell Westbrook and a fan in Utah, but that has been on the rise since the end of the pandemic and the return of people to public places. It's an issue the league and arenas are going to have to address, even though there are no easy answers.